Yeah. Yeah. Talk my shit.
Boom. All right. As soon as we get into the introduction, it seems like it's over. This is D. Horace Towns, tuned in for another episode of the Black Super Friends. I am your host tonight, D. Horace Towns, joined by the three Black Super Friends. Starting at the top, I'm going to call it Super Mario Sr. Please call the Senior.
What's going on?
Oh, I thought I was on mute. All right, I'm going to the bottom. On the map, my brother with all the smiles, the ladies' man.
Ladies, gentlemen, my brothers, what's going on?
Good
All right,
night.
last but not least, I'm going to the person named King Chris.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, listen. Ooh, Jesus. This show will be a little different, so I'm available for hate mail after the show. So I really want to go to the list that Xavier sent me tonight. And I want to thank you, Xavier, because I think this show is going to be more interesting. And you have to forgive me because I just lost the show topics. But like no other show, we always support small business. And I want to go to our sponsors right here from Riviera Beach. The sponsor for this week is Tony's Boiled Peanuts. Where his slogan is, in Riviera Beach, you come to Riviera Beach, you're going to get the best nuts on the planet. Tony's Boiled Peanuts.
Well, Tony know what he's talking about, man. Shout out to Tony.
Hey, shout out to Tony for that, man. I agree with Tony.
Tony knows something.
Yeah, Tony almost hurt me with them boiled peanuts that got the peppers and all that on there. You got to tell people, you can't be serving out them hot-ass peanuts. Boiled peanuts.
Tell Tony to say pause after that, because we don't want the wrong traffic.
Hey,
Family-friendly establishment here.
Tony got the best nuts on the planet. All right. We had comments last week, which led to the first topic. And, you know, in this era, especially with we got a new vice president who's Black. She's an AKA. She's be the first Black and first female vice president of the United States, Kamala Harris, who won that ticket with Biden last week. And then we always look at different movies and different trends, like Tyler Perry movies, where there's such a label to say, I am a strong Black woman. And with that being said, you know, I want to ask you guys, when you hear that, what is the definition of a strong Black woman? Because loosely, you'll hear so many people say, I'm a strong Black woman. I'm a strong Black woman. You see it in movies. You see it in social media. You see it. I mean, it's really used kind of loosely, like the term friends, but strong Black woman to you, because I could personally say from what I came up with as a strong Black woman to what is allowed to be defined as a strong Black woman has changed over the era or over the generations. So I think it's a little looser. So I'm going to go to Zay first. What is your definition of a strong Black woman?
I don't know. When I took a look at this, it actually hinged off of an off-screen conversation that we had pending our last show. So if you remember, our lady guest that we had on was speaking in reference to people who saw her situation while she was demonstrating as her being a strong Black woman. And she was like, it was the total opposite. At that point in time, she didn't need to be regarded as a strong Black woman. She needed to be supported and coddled. You understand what I'm saying? That's not an instance in which she wanted to be strong. When we talked about it and just the way you kind of brought it forward, when I think of a strong Black woman, I do think of my mother. I think of a person with resiliency, a person who doesn't let her situations change who she is, her character at heart. I think the narrative has switched now with present day women, where they take on more of a mantra of strong as I'm assertive, I'm stepping to the forefront. I am, you know, I don't know, I don't want to say don't need nobody, but it kind of gives that presence. But we also know that it's a woman, so they do need people. But I just don't think that with Black American women, we should always attach that strong woman mantra to them. A strong woman is somebody who's going to be loving, going to be nurturing, going to be able to stay who she is throughout the duration, whether it's rough, whether it's not. I mean, we're human beings, so we, our emotions change, but that character, her moral fiber is the same. That's a strong Black woman to me. My brother Chris, I know you are one when it comes to women, especially Black women and all their pride. What do you see them as being strong?
Well, personally, I try to, distance myself from trying to define strong Black woman because I think that it's so subjective. It's sort of like terms like strong, real, good. Like those things are very subjective, and and us men, when we say those things, we kind of tend to have a bias to them, and the vice versa when women try to do it.
Right.
So I think that I try to stay away from that because I've never in my life put on my pants, put on my clothes, got fresh, put on cologne, and went out looking for a strong woman, a strong Black woman. Like I think that there's so many more attributes that for me is better, like intelligent, resourceful, independent, emotionally stable. Like those characteristics and those attributes are so much better than strong because again, like at the end of the day, is I believe that strength and strong is synonymous with men. So that's what I'm for. That's what I'm here for. I want to be her strength. Like you were saying about the situation about the female, which is actually my sister, who had the incident with the police a little bit back. It was my job to be her strength. It's my job to be there to make her feel safe. So I think, and that's our job for all the women. So I think that at the end of the day, I think that we should be their strength. Now, the female experience is different. So that's why I try to steer away from that because I believe that the female experience is so different that we can't duplicate that. So again, like I've never, that's not a characteristic that I personally look for. So I don't know how to define it. I would have to, just like when it comes to men, like I don't think that a woman can define what's a strong man or a real man or a good man. I think that that's something you have to experience being a man to actually know that. So that's just how I look at it.
Hardy.
Well, I think both of y'all made some good points, and I think the adjective that Chris used to describe women, I think all those do settle in with strong women to me. But I think the phrase "strong women" have been tainted in a sort because over the years, I believe the initial narrative when it was getting pushed that Black women were strong, it was in spite of. That means that most women couldn't have hung in there and picked up the ball and kept running like Black women did when the man left or when we was incarcerated or on drugs or when society kicked them down, just even back to slavery, because at the end of the day, they had to go through slavery right along with Black men. So, and when we was getting killed at high numbers and separated from families and they had to raise kids by themselves, I think a lot of that was good adjective to describe them in that time. But what happened is I think that over the time, we start forgetting that strong women were doing that because they had to, not because they wanted to. And then it became like a goal they wear to say I'm strong. And a lot of times women were acknowledging that they were strong, but they still, like Chris said, wanted a man to be strong for them. And so a lot of time men, I believe, start using the mantra strong for Black women to decrease their strength and let a woman run it. And I think that's where we all went wrong. And so that's when I think that I believe that women start saying, like Toya said, at some point, men need to understand, like I want a strong Black woman saying that something was to happen to me. I want you to be able to keep the ball and keep it going. But while I'm here, I'm going to be your strength. You know what I'm saying? And at that time when she was going through that, I think a lot of people was calling her saying she was strong when men lost the sight to say that's not a time when you need to be calling her, glorifying her strength. You need to be calling to see if she okay. See if she need anything, to be there for her. And I think through time, we as a community, because we've been so separate, the men and the women, I think we lost the understanding of what strong means. Strong to me mean as a woman, it means that she can, in spite of all obstacles, Black women are resilient, like Zay said. They just keep going. They just keep going. They just keep going, and they don't give up. To me, that's what a strong Black woman is. Somebody who not gonna quit. And I believe our women are the strongest in that. When you in that category, when you say what's a strong Black woman. But I do want to advise our men not to throw that word strong around, and don't let the word strong stop you from being the strength or picking up that mantle and giving her a break so she don't have to be so strong. Because a woman is being strong most of the time because she have to, not because she want to. So just remember that, fellas, because like Chris said, I like to talk to the fellas because that's just my synopsis on what it means, but I really don't know how it is to be a strong Black woman. What you feel, Horace?
Well, I didn't really get a chance to review it like I wanted to today, but I would say this. My definition of strong has always been like I was looking at Nikki Giovanni this week, and we're going to get to that conversation with her and James Baldwin, or the conversation with Shahrazad Ali. The thing about strong Black woman is trendy. And to your point, strong Black women, I think a lot of times had to be strong for the sake of others. What do I mean by that? I have family members who were married and the man stepped out and had a child on the marriage, and she didn't leave. And she kept the family intact, or, and actually raised one of the kids like just like one of her own. Or, the stories of where you see your uncle might have a drinking problem, gambling problem, but mama stayed home because it ain't that she loved them, but for the sake of your parents, the grandkids, she knew the importance that she held. And that's why I do say right now, the thing that bothers me more than anything is how we use it loosely, the term loose, because mothers before, dads, over the period, uncles, daddies, they got out, they went and did their thing, but moms them stayed at home and kept the house together. And now I think over, even though drugs had its impact, nobody in the home. Daddy outside, how certain dudes are, they gonna be doing their thing. But now mama out there chasing dad, or she out there doing her thing. So nobody's holding the house down. And I just see too many times where the mothers in the years, I know there's been some stories that you hear about later on, and you got to respect the auntie. She held it down. And the kids went on to have success. They didn't have their life disrupted because, Uncle June or your granddaddy did something wrong. She found ways to make sure the family prospered on. And that was the thing that I see as a strong woman, knowing what was all on her back. So with that being said, part 2 to the question was, do people apply the word strong to avoid supporting someone or being accountable? And I said it because I just had somebody that had died, and nobody really tended to the person. They were just like, oh, you strong, girl, you're going to be all right. But nobody was really there for it. You know what, girl, you strong, you can handle it, you got it. And oftentimes we'll put that strong thing out there because we really don't want to touch it. So if that's something that we misuse and something that we use because we don't want to have accountability, Hardy?
Well, I think that that could be one way of looking at it. But I want to give y'all another way of looking at it. Like, say, a lot of times when you're dealing with strong people, men or women, they don't show a lot of vulnerability. So a lot of times when you're dealing with strong people, I don't think you know if they really got it or they really don't. Like sometimes, like right now, I believe that right now, if I'm vulnerable with you, then you're gonna know I'm having enough sense to say to my close circle, bro, I need help with this. I might need one of y'all ears to listen to. I don't think you can blame the other person if Chris, Horace, or Zay, one of y'all called me and it's a breaking point in my life, but I'd be like, I'm good. Then you'd be like, well, okay, well, shit, Mario taking that pretty, you know what I'm saying? He doing better than I thought. I can't blame y'all if I keep telling y'all I'm good. So I think sometimes we got to ask that person. It's up to the person to define when they want to be held, when they want to not be, when they got it, and when they do. And I think that goes back to what this show preach all the time is being real and having enough to say what you is and being yourself. Like right now, I know that none of y'all know me, right, wrong, or indifferent. So right now, if I say that I'm hurt, then if you laugh, it's not laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? So I have to understand that, and then I have to understand that I should love y'all and be friends enough to y'all to say, bro, I'm hurt. And not keep lying, looking y'all in y'all face saying, yeah, I've got it,
Right.
I got it. Because then if y'all say, all right, and then I'm nobody was there for me. You told me you got it 10
They
times.
false hope.
A
Yeah,
lot of
can do
strong
that.
people do that. And then it's almost like the boy that cried wolf in another sense. You keep saying you got it, but then you tear down inside, and when you get to a place, you realize, bro, it was your fault that nobody was there. So that's just another way of looking at it. But I do agree with your synopsis on that. It is a lot of times people throw the word strong out there because they don't really know how to coddle you or help. So they just say he's strong, he got it, or they really just don't want to. But just think about the other way too.
I think I was looking as I was mentioning in the beginning, the strength that we seen exemplified by the women that came before us was a different type of strength. I think right now it has evolved into something where it's more I guess they want it to be tangible or I'm not gonna say materialistic, but something that they can attach it to. The strength that we saw was loving someone when you know they did you wrong. Like it's gonna persevere. Having the tough conversations that you need to have with a person when you want to knock the lights out. You understand what I'm saying? Women, and I'm talking about as it pertains to men, because that's mainly when we saw them be strong or holding down the household because of men not being there. That was strength. And that's what, when I was talking to you, Chris, I was asking for the example of strength. I think to talk to Eric as far as how he was saying that women nowadays look at strength as something different. I think strength has become something of, you stand up for yourself, you say what's on your mind, you don't take no crap, and that's the newer age women. But sometimes I think that we're looking for the other strength. And when we talk about part B of the question, as far as is that strong role or that strong word used to run away from being supportive, as we were saying with our constituent, at that time she didn't want to be known for being strong. She wanted somebody to tell her that it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Everything will be okay. You feel me? And build her up. I think that some women do take away the accountability or of themselves to hold their friends' feet to the fire and tell them that they're wrong in a situation by telling them that they're a strong woman and they got it, instead of being real with them and saying, hey, how can I help you? You feel me? And showing that strength among women. But I don't know. I don't think that I don't know. That strength one for a woman is a hard one. That's all I could come up with. What you got for it, Chris?
Well, I don't know, man. I think that yes, sometimes we can use it as a scapegoat to not help, but sometimes you don't know how to help. We don't know how to help sometimes. Like even with like the situation that we keep on bringing up, like I honestly did not know how to help my sister. I've always been able to protect my sister. If something happened to her, I'm able to come and regulate the situation. But this was a situation that I felt helpless. And then I didn't really know how to. Matter of fact, it took me. It took I didn't even come down there right away to see it because I didn't even want to see my sister like that. So for me, when it comes to strength, I some people that I don't understand how to help them, like I have to deal with I don't deal with things well. Period. Like I don't deal with pain and things like emotional things well. I've always they've always came back to back for me. You know what I'm saying? I've never had a break. Well, okay, this is going to be a couple of years span where things are going to be okay. It seems like there's always a tragedy right around the corner. So I personally don't. Some people I don't know. I felt like you said about your mother. I felt like my mother was a strong woman, but she fell victim to crack cocaine. And as a child, I don't know how to help her. I didn't know how to be there. I don't even think my family did because we're a family of country people that came from Mississippi, and you put us in South Florida in what 85 or whatever in the middle of the crack epidemic. How do you help those people? How do you help the strong woman? So I think that with our group, I've large female base, I think that first thing we need to start to do is listen to see if we can get an ideal of how to help them strong women, or when not to help. Because I honestly don't know. Tenderness isn't my forefront.
Hold on one second. I just wanted to share something because I seen two things happen, and I kind of wanted to touch bases on it. Eric was talking about the strength that y'all see is not the women, is not by women, it's by the women that have their ish together, right? And I think, Eric, that's the new strength. And I saw Zion saying that we need women representation. You're probably right, women. Zion. The reason being is because we're four brothers that's trying to explain to women what we see so that y'all can help us, help y'all, or even fix the situation. Because all we're all about is making sure that we perpetuate the Black race as a whole. So I just want to make sure that we address that. The root of the question, so you can get an understanding of where we're coming from and how we're trying to talk to you guys, stemmed from a Black woman we saw that said, please stop calling Black women strong as a compliment. Strong is why our mortality rate in medicine is high. Strong is why our pain is not taken seriously. Strong is why there's less empathy for us. Strong is why we're put last in every movement, because we can handle it. So what we're saying is the strength that we saw is not the strength that we see today. That strength, like Mario said, that we see today is more of a we got it, we don't need no help. When we as Black men saying we're trying to be there for you, because when you put on that face, it demoralizes us, makes us feel as if you don't need us when we know that Black women need Black men. So we're trying to tell you that you can take the mask off of being strong in front of us, almost like what we're going to get into as far as the topic, so that we can help each other, so that we can grow organically. That's what we're talking. That's what we're kind of talking about. So, we don't want y'all to feel like it's an attack. We're not trying to attack. We're trying to help. But what was your take on it, Hart, with the strong women? And if it's going to be a scapegoat or not, or an individual?
You muted.
You muted, my boy.
Thank you. I'm in here coughing. Listen, I ain't got much for it. Oh, hush up. I ain't got much for it other than I see that applied to a lot of friendships. I think everything is so, what's the word I'm looking for? So, it ain't fake, but, I see social media people that'll be, oh, girl, yes, I know you. Oh, but in reality, they don't have no real connection. You can have 5,000 social media friends, but if you was in a jam, see how many of them people are going to be official. See how many of those friendships you can get some kind of lucrative assistance from. So I see it all day. I see women. Sorry, but I'm gonna get in trouble for that. I see a lot of these empowerment groups, locally and nationally. They be empowering, but it's like when it comes to actually empowering each other, it's some division there. So when we say strong, I think it's just a thing to say. And someone said that women should be represented on this conversation, but tonight is Monday Night Raw. We're going back to Monday Night Raw. We're always open to having those conversations on Thursday or any other nights, because we do believe the dialogue is healthy. That's the whole premise of the show. But we apply different words to different things. And in this trendy social media era, man.
Right, and again, we're not for guys sitting on here telling women what they should be or how they feel. We're just telling you what we feel when we hear it. So I don't think you need a woman on this show at this point for us to tell you how we feel when we hear strong Black women. That's all we're doing. Right. We're not telling you how does a strong Black woman feel. What is she saying? We just telling you what we think, and we can be wrong, but we do have the right to have an opinion on what we hear on the word. That's all we're doing. And I want one more thing before you go. Yeah. I think Kim said something about you have to search. Well, that's what I feel. See, I feel like everybody can only hold people accountable for what you let them in to do. So right now, if I'm hurting inside and Chris don't be as strong, but then he come to me and say, let's just say somebody died in my family, right? So then they show up. Chris there, man, come on, let me take you outside. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. But no matter how much searching they want, if I don't let them in, they can't help. And that's my point. A lot of times, strong people don't let people in, and then they say nobody came to help. And I get that a lot from a lot of people. I be like, so because at the end of the day, we're talking about somebody who genuinely care. So that means they're gonna be trying to look for input. They're gonna be trying to look for entry points. But a lot of time, I see Mike say, masking your feelings don't help. But a lot of people mask their feelings, and I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Now, and to the person that said a woman come on, you know what that sound like to me? And this is just me personally. We're 4 men on the show giving our thoughts from a male perspective. So we're gonna bring you on here to validate whether our feelings are true. So I don't know about that, Chris.
That goes back to what we were talking about last time. Like we heterosexual black men have a voice. Whether you like it or not, we have a voice. Especially if we're not trying to degrade, berate you guys, or we have a voice. You may not agree with it, but this is the platform where we speak candidly about our opinions. We go through these messages. We listen to the feedback. We have group meetings about it. So it's not that we're not listening, but we do have a voice, and we want it to be authentic. We don't want to cater to anybody. We're more than willing to listen to what's being said. Any one of you guys can reach out to us privately and talk to us. But at the same time, when we get together, like we started this is going to be 4 friends having a public conversation, and you're more than welcome to join. But you're not going to tell us what we think and how to think this way. I'm sorry, we're just not. Not one time are you going to hear a B or H or women ain't this or none. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear a bunch of downgrading women. But we are going to speak candidly how we feel about a certain situation. Because the thing that drives me nuts is that we get told about the relationship with women when we are the one engaging. We are the one dealing with the women. Like, I know you got women have friends and everything like that. That's cool, but you don't know the dynamic of when men talk to women, and we're telling you what we see, what we receive, and this is just our opinion. You don't have a bunch of crappy dudes on here. You talking about to dudes that really engage with women. So that's all I'm saying. We last time we talked about the attack on black male, and I want to, I push back on that. I mean, me and Horace is in the No Ma'am He-Man Club. I'm not Ted Bundy.
Hey,
you gotta
be Marcy's husband.
Okay, next topic, man. I'm done. Y'all guys go.
Okay,
no, it's always love. We just said we don't know about that strong woman mantra, sticking with our women if it's helping our society. Not in the way that it should, not like how we used to, I think, and that's what we're trying to get across. A lot of women are running away from their responsibility. Telling that friend, hey, you're tearing yourself to shreds by trying to keep up that strong image. Let us come in and help you. So that community of women that you were talking about, Kim, if we can't bring some of those back, help our women so we can help our men, and our men can help our women. Reciprocal.
Yeah, well, let's go. I don't want to stall too. I got a comment here. Comment right. Listen, this 4 friends, man. This conversation is organic. It is not perfect by far, but it is real conversations for 4 organic people. And I will challenge to say that we are the last of a dying breed.
Dinosaurs.
Heterosexual men, get us while you can.
So check this out. So too,
that's why it's called raw.
What?
With Nikki, your girl Nikki Giovanni.
Yes, I'm going to that. I'm going to that. Listen, I'm throwing off of that comment. From a dialogue from 1971, there was a classic conversation. Dr. Kim, Zion, I'm pretty sure they knew it because they're into the romantic rhetoric, but there was a leader named James Baldwin, who was an author, public figure, who made a lot of controversial statements at the time. He oftentimes talked about white supremacy, inequality. And on this day, he filmed something that I challenged the audience to go back and see, which was miraculous, it's beautiful, and it's timeless, where James Baldwin had a conversation with Nikki Giovanni. And the conversation covers a lot of things, but he covered one part romantically. Now, I must add that Nikki Giovanni had a love interest for James Baldwin, who actually was homosexual. But nonetheless,
and very ugly. But never
he owned it. He owned it. So it's two quotes, it's two interviews that have impacted my life and changed my life. One was Fish Love by the rabbi, I forgot his name. And the other one was that conversation that made me think, and I had to sit there for a while, like, wow, that's something to kind of grasp on. And in the conversation, to sum it up, Kim, in the conversation, to sum it up, he was saying to the woman, James said, I love you, so I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. I love you, so I can't lie to you.
I can't.
And she rebutted, but yes, you can. You can.
You must.
You must lie to me. And he said, what do you mean? She said, to sum it up, I give you the most, but I get the least of you. I want to make sure I transfer that. Because she was saying, when you're at your job and you're talking to the Caucasian man supervisor on the job, you're smiling and grinning and snickering, and you're telling him everything's okay and how, you're just happy to be working, and you give him the best of you. But you come home and unleash on her his reality. So he's thinking he's being honest when he said, baby, it was a rough day. Baby, it was tough. I don't know what we're going to do. And she was saying, sometime I need you to lie to me. I want you to rebuttal and make me feel like everything is okay when it's not. And I want to think that's my rebuttal from what I got. So I don't know who all checked out that thing, but it opens up our dialogue to say, why should you lie to someone that you love? Because I had to watch the thing about 5-6 times, and I have a new understanding, and I will be lying to people that I love from now on. So I don't know, Chris, did you watch that video?
Yes, I did. It is impactful. Well, for one, I don't know if she actually had to go to work. So when you go to work, it's a totally different thing when you get home. So maybe that's a disconnect. But I feel like this. People lie for two reasons. They lie out of fear and they lie out of love. I think that when people that lie out of fear, it's more of a selfish thing. They lie because they don't want something to happen to them. They fear the consequences. They don't want whatever's going to go on is going to happen to them. I think when people lie out of love, they lie. It's more of a selfless love. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to disrupt the vibe that y'all got going on or whatever. So when people lie out of love, I think it's more of a selfish thing. Now at the end of the day, I think that everybody lies. So I'm really like sensitive about that, because I don't. So most of the time when you see people say, I hate a liar, don't lie to me, they're some of the biggest liars there is. But as far as lying to somebody you love, yeah, of course you're gonna do that. You don't want to hurt the person that you love. So yes, you do. You're gonna lie to them, and I know it sounds bad, but again, like I say, to lie out of fear is a selfish thing. You don't want something to happen to you, but when you lie out of love, you don't want something to happen to the other person. So, I mean, I know it sounds probably crazy, but that's just how I look at it. Hardy?
Well, I think that in this conversation, I felt like Horace. I looked at this a bunch of times. Actually, me and my wife actually looked at it, and I sent it out to a lot of people because it's deep, because it talks about the actual sitting down with a woman and having a real conversation about what you need. And they go back to you accountable for your own what you receive. I believe that. That's just what I believe. I believe that she was telling him exactly what she needed to feel complete. No matter how he liked, this is what she needed. Now, if he could do it, he could do it. If he couldn't, she couldn't. And she was saying, I don't want to bear that every day. The pressure of hearing about all the stuff you do when you don't give that pressure to the person who you don't love. So if you call that love by coming home and giving me all this extra weight, then I don't want that. I don't want that kind of love. And I think anytime somebody in our life is telling us how they want to be loved, we should always listen. So I think, like Chris said, a lot of time men are trained to do stuff because we don't have for lack of better words, nuts. Like he was saying, I have to tell you the truth. When he know in his heart, he lied to women too. And that's why she was saying, you must do whatever you got to. If it make you feel better, do whatever you want to. But I just can't take that. But he was saying, I love you. Because you know why? That's what most men think women want to hear. So then we go into that monologue of, I know if I say that, she can't handle it. So let me do this or let me do this. But I think I just got so much. I love that video because I think what she was giving is what I want so bad. Somebody, that's all I require. Just because if I can do it, I can do it. If I can't, I can't. But just tell me exactly what you want, because then I can let you know if I can do it or if I can't. And I think a lot of time men spend so much of the time trying to figure out what it is that you really want, till we end up doing so many things that you don't really want. And it gets aggravating. It's a tough. So I believe that was so powerful, because I believe that you're just not gonna come home. And maybe it is some men out there, but I just don't believe it's most men who gonna come home and just know they did something wrong, or know something that'll hurt they wife, or know it might cause strife, and just come home and be like, yeah, so I did this, this, and this, and this. No, I don't think that. And even in her request, I don't think she will ever get the full truth. Like Chris said, I don't believe that we as humans are made like that. Because the only time I've seen people who just sit there and tell you the complete truth, I'm talking about the unhinged truth, is somebody who don't care about you. Because they don't care about the repercussions of what his truth might bring. But it's hard to do that, because that means you have to be in a deep place with yourself or in a non-caring place. How you feel about this, Zay?
I was just about to tell you that. I don't know, because we walk both lines. As you said, we were taught, as the lady said, the lie. Remember them dudes under the tree, them old dudes, they'll tell you, you better tell her that. You better tell that girl a lie. And as you got older and you try to connect with women, they tell me the truth. And all I keep thinking about is a few good men. The truth, you can't handle the truth. But man, so it's so hard, because it's like you're taught to be a man, man up. And when you talk to that woman, you want to be as honest with her as possible. And it becomes hard, because your truth might be real. Like you said, I don't know nobody gonna go out there and say, I was out there just jacking up all day. Nobody's doing that. And but
Wacky Wednesday.
I don't think you
for lack of a better word, I try to stay away from the curse word. But you get what I'm saying. Nobody's gonna go and tell you that they actually out there effing up. I think I forgot what lyricist what he said before I lie, I tell you nothing. And I even walked down that line before. But all of these things, like you said, Chris, or fear and love. You know what I'm saying? For either we lied before for fear of losing, or the women knowing how many women we were actually dealing with at the time. But then later on, we would lie to women because we actually loved them and didn't want them to be hurt by actions of ours. But then or myself, as I transform or transition to this next stage of, I just want to be as honest as possible, I think about the next stage of life for me and you, Chris. Mario, you the same way. You have a daughter. And I find, as honest as we try to be with our daughters, hell, we'll lie, because there's been times that we don't know how we going to make whatever happen, but we damn sure told them that we're going to make it happen. And that's when I come to find out that type of love that she was talking about. You got to do what it takes to make that love that you have persist. So I got to go back to the drawing board and look at some things, and and as far as, am I keeping it real with myself, that accountability that we talk about, because I pride myself on, I feel like being as honest as possible. But she has some very good points inside of that interview. What you say, Chris?
Well,
Yeah.
I went before, but
My bad. I'm sorry, Hart. My bad. Thank you.
Let me just finish it. Let me get this one out.
Too
Go
late.
ahead.
You need to get it early. You need to whack a Wednesday on Monday.
I think what we got to understand, let's just say this real quick. I think what we got to understand is that the truth is very, very expensive. It's very expensive. A lie is cheap. Anybody can do it. Anybody can say it. But the truth, I've seen the truth. I've seen the truth cost people their freedom. I've seen the truth cost people their marriage. I've even seen the truth cost people their life. So the truth is very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not so not everybody's willing to pay for the truth. So that's the reason why they lie. I think a lie is much cheaper, but that's what I think. What you got?
It's
What you
very
think,
cheap.
Horace? What you think, Horace?
Listen, I really have to, and I'm gonna be quick with this. I have marketed myself, and most books you'll hear women say they want to be loved naked. They want transparency, naked as in the sense of naked honesty. I want to be your all. I want to hear everything. I want to be the first one you talk to, first one you cry to. I want to be your all in all. And I bought into that like a real sucker.
I'm glad you admitted that.
Yeah, it was a real sucker. Tyler Perry, blame Tyler Perry. The movies, they come on BET all day. But my point is, one thing, I'm a very honest person, but maybe I'm doing it because I'm selfish in the sense that I don't want that energy I got to carry around all day. Lies take a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. And if I lie to you, and for me previously feeling like I don't respect you, you know what I mean? But I learned in a previous relationship, like, it was kind of dead on. I kind of might have been James Baldwin because, doing all these engagements. Hey, hi, okay, cool. And then I get home and she asks me how I'm feeling and I unleash it. Boof. And so I can understand the point of being like, come home and make me feel like everything's just amazing. Make me feel like, whatever went on is irrelevant because right now I'm here with you and I'm changing your day. And it's interesting I say that because I know someone that they worked on affirmations. So you can never tell them they're doing wrong. They wanted you to lie to them. Even when they were not knocking out the park, they wanted you to make them feel like they were doing good. And that was something that was a real challenge to me because I always want to be honest. Because me lying to you about you doing good is actually hurting me because I'm dissatisfied as hell. Because I'm like, oh my God, I should have messed the meatloaf up. Oh, it's good, baby. It's good. Call a pizza, son. You know what I mean? So I've learned a lot about this, and that's why that video hit me a little differently. And hey, if they like it, I love it. I'm gonna be the most shucking and jiving this Negro in my next relationship. I'm gonna come home and hey, baby.
Hey, too. Did being vulnerable get you laughed at? Were they hard with you when you came home and was vulnerable and told you had a hard time, or was she there to build you up?
But
how was that received?
That's when you got to win or not. Because a woman to say, "Hey, tell me all this," was she mad?
Man up. Oh, I hit you in the gut.
What?
So it's hard to be honest.
I want to. It seems like I see, especially in the comments, a lot of women saying, a majority one Kim, saying a lot of stuff about one comment. I'm gonna quote you wrong because I'm not gonna quote that big old comment, but you can put it up. I disagree. Most women can't tell you what they want, and all that kind of stuff. And then if she telling you everything she wants, she empowering you to stop expectations from looming. But I'm saying that's like so it's my fault that you don't tell me, or I can't figure out in this big old world of confused women how to love you correctly. So I'm less than a man for that, and it's my fault. But if I ask you to just tell me so I can try to work at it, then that's wrong because I shouldn't expect a woman to be able to do that. So it's like, come on. But then it's like every step is going, it's like, here you wrong, here you wrong, here you wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
My point is this: we talk about it, men being accountable all the time. So if Zay Crystal Tootie called me and say, "Man, she didn't even know I like Jordans," the first thing I'm gonna say to her is, bro, did you tell her you like Jordans? I'm not gonna say you're right. Every time she should have known when she seen you smiling at that Jordan commercial. That's what the fuck is going on here. No, bro. The first thing I'm gonna do is tell her, did you tell her that you like Jordans? I'm gonna hold him accountable for putting his feelings like that because she can't be the one to blame. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
That's just Soldier Kim.
Yeah, the sniper.
But I value her comments because that's the thing. She's saying stuff that most women feel, and that's in reality. I think a lot of women feel that way. In one voice, they know that they can't make up what to eat tonight, but in the other thing, we supposed to figure out what they want or how to make them happy. So you can't even figure out how to make yourself happy, but I'm supposed to miraculously out of Gazam. That's it. That's what she wants. So it's just amazing out here.
That's what they trusted you to do, and it's ever changing lives. Help me understand who I am.
No, I don't think that's much to ask. All I'm saying is, tell me what you want. I don't feel if I can't do it, I can't do it. I'm okay with that. But at least give me the chance to try. But if I have to spend most of my life guessing what you want, then what? How do you gain from that?
But should we spend more time studying so we can be better at anticipating? I don't think that we could ever get it wrong.
Study what they show you. So right now, if I only show you 10% of me, what are you studying? The 10% I show you.
Yeah.
So that's my point. That's why I said you have to be vulnerable to let me in. If you let me in, I'm a good listener. But if you don't let me in, then I'm only gonna be able to go off of what you show me. That's all I'm saying.
But are we talking about in a relationship? Because I don't think you would be in a relationship with a woman that's only showing you 10%. She would have to be showing you a high percentage of.
We think so.
I think.
But Kim just said it. Kim just said most women don't know how to let you in. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, past traumas, she that's the way she know how to operate. So if she don't know how to let me in, she only showing me 10% because she don't know how to unlock. I'm just saying 10. We could say 30 or 40%. Yeah. She don't know how to unlock the other part. But then she longing for something I can't give her because I don't even know how to get to it because you won't let me in. And
I think that's the frustration.
That hurt a lot.
But I also think that it has to have a safe place to come. You know what I'm saying? We have to make it safe for them to be able to tell us this. Because a lot of times, I know I suffer from this myself. I think in a man perspective. So when you tell me something, I'm thinking solution based.
Right.
When you may not want me to fix this problem, maybe you just want to tell me the problem or just air out your feelings. I'm not wired like that, so I'm always thinking, let's fix it. So maybe that's us. I personally don't know. Maybe we need to. I personally believe that we need to spend a lot more time studying them to be able to anticipate the next move.
Me being married, right? So I vow, and y'all know this, on having an open dialogue with my wife. I feel like that's the only way we gonna ever be able to get through anything is to really have an open dialogue. But I'm the talker, right? So I push for this. But let's just say, like in the world of trying to figure out this stuff, right? You still have to just almost, even if you have that space, they have to be willing. Like it's still some stuff she breaking down to me, and I done knew her 5 years. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, man, this is good. We doing good. But then here we go again, and it's like, okay, this is another level that never even knew. But then look how long it took me, you see what I'm saying, to even get there. And I'm gonna get me wrong. If you not let me in, I'm okay with the part I married. That's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Is that exhausting to you? And how do you manage that?
I think in the beginning it was. And that's when I had to come to her and say, listen, like, I'm trying my best. You got to meet me halfway. That's what I'm talking about, me letting her know how I feel, not just sitting there taking the exhaustion. That's when and I'm a very vocal person. So I had to do that, Chris, because that was something that was eating me. And then she had to say, well, I didn't know I was feeling like that. Okay, so what am I doing? I gave her examples. Then we went through this, and then now we broke the wall down. But let's just say that don't happen. And let's just say, like you said, Chris, I just sit there and take it. Because that's what most men are supposed to, like, sit there and keep trying to figure out what it is. Then you get burned out. and then you get burnt out. And then next thing you know, you like, man, then most, not all, see another woman over here who is not as complicated, and then here comes the, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is real talk. I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Hardy, listen, I can attest to that, where I didn't have that grace where walls, well, I know you got a wall, you know you got it up, and I don't see you coming off. You coming off it at your pace. And I'm like, I need this wall down because you ain't really giving me my fair share. You're not giving me what I require from you. And you know it, but you still taking your time with these walls. And then, you know, I got older, you find out it's really not about you. There's a lot of past trauma and situations, but you still beg that person, say, like, listen. So Chris has a point. I had to get to a point where it was about safe space. But even after that, it's still like, I need you to have some courage. If I create a safe space, I need you to have that courage.
Let me ask y'all. So do you feel, because this is a good question for just a panel right here. I want to ask y'all this, because right now, entering into relationship, when y'all start dating a woman and y'all start feeling that she okay, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, this is somebody who can move to the next level, right? And you get to that point right now. Do you feel like it's a safe space required, or do you feel like your need should be put on Front Street? Like, example, like, do you feel like, I feel like everything you want should be put out there, and then it should be negotiated. Like, but I don't think you should hold back. I don't think you should have to do that. I think if, like, me and Horror just had this conversation the other day. If a woman want a dude who 6'4", muscles, $100,000, that's what she want, and she willing to do what take it, and that's what she want, I don't think nobody should tell her she can't have it. So I don't think, and I think a lot of days now people try to, that sound too, what's the word? I can't even think. Shallow. That sounds too shallow, or that sounds too needy, or that sound. No, I think you should just be transparent and tell somebody exactly what you want, and then y'all break down and have open conversation, and then you can see why you want it. But I think a lot of times people have hidden agendas of what they really want, and it's like you signing a contract, like Chris said, it's an agreement, and then you don't get the truth of what the other person actually want. So, do you feel like you should? My question is, do y'all feel like y'all should put everything y'all want on the table before, or should y'all just break it down before even letting them know everything y'all want?
Touching now.
Yeah. For me personally, I take a totally different approach. I'm an unconventional date coach. I'm probably one of the worst out there. But so I say, me personally, I believe that you should go with a clean slate. I don't want to go into any relationship saying I know what I want. I want to go into a relationship saying I want to experience this. Now, of course, there's certain things. 2 legs would be nice, 2 arms. Certain things you want.
No, but I'm saying,
as far as the characteristics, I want to experience it.
I'm saying this right now. If I was to tell you this, describe a woman to me, don't bullshit me. Tell me what you want. You may not be able to get that, but tell me what you want. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that you go into there saying, if I don't get this, I'm out. You saying if the experience good, I'm saying, but you do have a want. Like, you have a woman in your head that's her. And I feel like right now, most people push that to the side because by them saying that, they get labeled wrong. Oh, all you want to do is date this. That's all you looking for. You see what I'm saying? Nah, bro, that's what that man want. He not saying he's coming off it, but I think it's
I'm fighting against. That's the thing. I'm fighting against that.
That's lust.
I'm fighting against trying to know what I want. I would rather meet somebody and say that this is whatever this woman is doing. I like this, and I don't want because I feel like I'm coming in there and putting extra pressure on her because I have created this woman of my dreams that I have never ever met. This is a woman in my mind. This is not a physical person. I think that once I find if I go in there with a clean slate and meet this woman, and I might thought I wanted to cook her, but this woman that sits down and read to me is much better than cooking because I can cook my damn self.
So you'll talk to any woman, no matter where they work, no matter how they look, no matter what religion they believe, and no matter how they raise their kids. That's what I'm saying. You gotta have some kind of. That's my point. You gotta have. I'm saying don't be. I'm saying everybody gotta have. This is my line to start from.
I think you talking about a starter sheet because with me, I know what I want right now, right? So when I meet somebody, I know what I want either, and I'm going to sit back. Hey, as we progress, I'm going to be able to look and see if you got those things that you can bring those things I need to the table or not, or if you even willing to bring those things to the table or not. That's where I'm at. I know what I want.
Some stuff you might give up. Like put like this. I had some stuff in a woman I wanted, right? But then in my non-negotiables, I seen that my wife might not have had it, but I really didn't give a damn about it. It wasn't worth me losing her because she had so much of this. So that's what I'm saying. But it did give and take. But it was I don't want no woman to do this. Okay, she don't do that, but she learning, and I can wait for that. And I know myself. I had to ask myself, can you take that she don't do that and be real with myself? Are you okay with waiting? And what if she never be able to do that? Are you okay with that? That's what I'm saying. Those questions. I didn't just put she don't do this or not. But I said I did want it. Then I had to ask myself 3 questions. Are you okay with waiting? Is it okay if it never happened? And what happens if, and there's 2 questions. Those are 2 questions I had to ask myself. And then that's when I had to keep going down the list. But I believe everybody walk into something and say, this is the kind of woman I want. And I believe, Chris, what you're saying is true. Because I believe I experienced that with my wife, that once I got in, the introspective, I'm sitting in here and I'm like, this is right. And I don't need that. I thought I needed that, but I don't need it because I like this. I didn't even know I wanted that. She showed me this. Oh, I like that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I believe I went in saying you fit the criteria of what I want. Looks wise, you was good with my child. You was did like it's a lot of stuff that you checked out them boxes before I even entangled with you.
Yeah, but see the thing is me, you're coming from a different perspective. Right. I've watched you being younger. So I've watched you in certain relationships. You've been for the most part, you've been a decent dude in relationship, a giving dude. I'm coming from a perspective where I've been a crappy dude in most of my relationships. I've been a user in most of my relationships. I've lied in most of my relationships. I've cheated in most of my relationships. So for me, I would like to say that I don't want to think that I know anything because I've gotten it wrong so many fucking times. My bad. So many damn times I've gotten it wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not good at that particular part of my life. So I want to completely wipe the slate clean because if I knew what I wanted so much, then I wouldn't have screwed it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just coming from a different perspective. I've watched you call me and say, hey man, stop at Publix, get some roses, get this and deliver it to this girl, but you in another city. I've seen stuff like that. Me personally, I see some play. I remember that day. But yeah, for me personally, I'm coming from a screw up position, position where I've messed up relationships. So,
that's honorable though. I understand where you're coming from now. Yeah. What about that's a good point though. I ain't looking at it that way. What about Zay and Tuda? I want to get y'all. I really want to know this from y'all.
Go ahead, Zay.
I was listening. Y'all came with some points, and I understand what you're talking about, Mario, because you're speaking from kind of like with prayer. Be more specific about what you want. How are you gonna ever attain what you say you want if you don't put it out there? Kind of like a vision board of sorts. But I think it's a layered question because, like you said, me and Chris have an approach that's kind of uncanny because with what I'm doing, I don't want to put out there what it is I want because people pretend well, and that's the aspect I'm coming from, and I don't got time for that. I always say it all the time. I know that I'm a jackass at times. You feel me? I'm hard to deal with. You feel me? I'm a cancer. So they say I'm moody. I think that's a lie, but whatever. And when it comes to that person gotta want to be with me because they want to be with me. No other reason. You know what I'm saying? Not one other thing. And so what I've come to find out is some of the things, like you said, that I thought that I wanted in people. Once I got them, that ain't what you want, and that's not what's gonna keep you. So that's why I was thinking as you were talking, I heard lust as far as what we want, and that's probably why Chris was saying I can't go for that because I did that part already, and it didn't work out in my benefit. Like I probably knocked it off, but at the end of the day, that ain't what happened.
But do you believe you being true with yourself? See, I'm saying this. I think actions. See, words is one thing, and then actions is another thing. Like what Chris saying is, he seen me. All y'all have perpetuate the want of a loving, lasting relationship. So I can't say I'm dogging hoes out for 3 years and then I've been trying to get a good woman. Because I said because I said I've been trying to get a good woman. Like them two different things. And I think that's what I'm saying. So I think the perpetuation of I'm going in this to be the best I can be, but I do require this. That's what I'm saying. And all this
so a rough draft.
Because we had a conversation about this, about some, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to have y'all to talk about this.
That makes sense. So you're talking about a rough draft. Then.
Right.
Well, listen.
Right.
I learned from Don Bishop one thing: get the woman that wants you. Right? Goes a long way. I ain't got to be guessing. Second of all, I know right now time is everything, man. And me personally, lately, I know what I want, and I know what I want has to coincide with where I'm trying to go. So all of us are on a journey where we know what we're trying to do with our businesses, our brands, or whatnot. I need somebody that can be able to meet me. They don't got to be there, but someone I can compliment me or can meet me right there, or I can build with. And a lot of times I've had people say, let's go out to dinner. I say, let's have a phone conversation. You know why? Because one, I'm not going to be out at Applebee's and every other night feeding somebody. I need to get to know you. And most people are not making it past one phone call because a lot of people not open. A lot of people that's dating shouldn't be dating. A lot of people not open. And a lot of people haven't taken accountability. You know, if I get to know you and you telling me about your ex, you still there. If I talk to you and you unsure about whether you're dating, I'm not talking to you. You know what I mean? So it's rare that you find anybody that's really mentally available. That's why I would say, I ask a girl, are you single or single AF? Single or single and
AF for most of them.
Oh, a lot of them doing it. A lot of them is doing it. But hey, man, we got a question, man, and I think this is gonna be amazing. Because listen, I'm not gonna tell you what I know.
This motherfucker here, Kim.
Yeah.
Soldier Kim, I pay for it.
All right.
Twin Ted.
We all friends, right?
Let's
we
do
all
it.
have a G code. You don't really hear about people talking about the G code. We come from the JT Money era. So let me ask y'all something. You hanging out with your wang out, you chilling. I don't know what level it is, the super friends and all that. But what if you out and you see your homeboy significant other? I'm talking about the one that he thinking about getting a tattoo on, which we don't condone, or the one that he really posts on social media. This is my boo-wop. What if you seen your homeboy significant other out on a date with somebody else? And we ain't talking about they out. You know they on that date, and it's real romantic, and it look like they about to have a date. So what if you see your homeboy significant other out on a date? What you gonna do, Chris?
Well, first, I'm gonna act normal because I believe in staying cool in heated situations. So what I'm first gonna do is, like I would normally do, is say hello. Go over and say hello. Because if she was with her friend, if she was with him, whatever the case may be, I would speak. So I'm gonna go over there and speak. That way she knows. All right. Then me personally, I'm gonna give it 24 hours. What I'm gonna do after 24 hours is call my homeboy and say, "Hey, what's up, bro? I was at the such and such. I seen you later, but whatever." Now I just want to let him know that I've seen his old lady. That 24 hours gave her opportunity to talk to him. Now let's say another 24 hours go past, and another time I'm gonna call my homeboy again. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, yeah, remember I told you who that dude she was with?" I'm like, "Oh man, but I'm gonna call you right back. I gotta go." Now she has to. Now something has to happen. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you wait till the end of the week and see what happens, and then go from there. But I feel like sometimes, dog, that's a sensitive situation. You know what I'm saying? I believe that a relationship is two people. So I don't know what these two people has an agreement on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But I do, as my homeboy, I speak only from my homeboy. I have to let you know. I have to, but as respect out of your relationship, because I know as a former cheater, I know that it's not something that you just come out with.
I see a spot.
Yeah, I know. It's sensitive to me. So I know that it takes some time. You might not tell them right away that I've been caught in the same situation, and it wasn't. It ain't something like I said in the first 24 hours. So I'm going to give it some time. But as my homeboy, as a loyalty to you, I must inform you in some kind of way, because you may, at the end of the day, you guys may get back together. You guys may talk about that and let that shit go. That's why you get the rest of it. You get the rest of the time, a week's time, to let them deal with that. But in 24 hours, you tell them, hey man, I was at so and so. I saw you later. Next 24 hours, you say, hey bro, well, I remember when I told you I was who was that dude she was with? Such. Oh, I don't know. Y'all figure that out, and that's how I would handle it.
Super Mario.
Well,
Let me elevate it, Super Mario. Let me elevate it.
Go ahead.
You are out and about, and you see one of the super friends ladies out on a date.
But
You
could have left it at the first level, Tootie. What Chris did is very admirable, but I'm from the point that, and I believe everybody on this show, woman, can say I'm a good dude. And they're all probably friendly with me. And they know a lot of them are very cool with me. But they all know one thing. My allegiance is to my dog. It's so I want you to like me as long as he likes you. And after that, if y'all don't have a bad breakup, I will continue to speak to you. And it might even like you. But if I don't, that's okay too. So when I walk up if I tend to be at a bar and I see her, I'm gonna give her that. And I have the luxury of having an iPhone, which has a video. So I'm gonna make sure. I don't like lies in destruction with my dog. I don't want my dog to ever look like he's getting worked. Hell no, I don't want it. So I'm gonna make sure that, hey, bro, who is this? You know who this is right here? This and this and this. I'm not gonna make no scene. I'm gonna make sure he knows. He can do whatever he needs. Because what we're not gonna do is I'm gonna protect the super friends at all costs. And it's okay if she never speak to me again. And it's okay if he get back with her. That's okay too. And I'm gonna still respect her. She can call me a nasty dog. That's one thing about me. My respect goes a long way. So she can hate me, and I will always respect her. But she will always know I better not do shit around that dude to Mario, because I know he is gonna run and tell it. And you better believe I ran track. So I'm gonna get there fast. I'm gonna get the fastest way I can get there to let my dog know. So, because I believe once one of my homeboys is involved like that, I believe he's taking it serious. Because I believe it took him a lot to even get there. So I would have, and I know the hurt of being hurt, and I know how that crumbles a man. And if I can be the one who stopped the hurt from going in deeper, sign me up. So, ladies, if you're on here, you talk to one of these guys. Do you see me? I'm telling you to exit stage left. Because I'm coming to you. And it's whatever.
JP Money said that, for all the achievements we've done in our careers, that it do come back on you one day. So you must accept it. But I asked you, Mario.
And I expect this. I expect my wife friends do the same. I expect, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I expect I'm going to get the same thing. So I'm not saying like right now, one time me and Chris happened to be talking to two friends. His girl was very cool with me. They met because of me. But I was talking to her friend. I didn't think her allegiance was to me more than her friend. I believe no matter how cool we was, if she had seen me with another girl, she was going to tell her friend. And I would never be mad at her. Because that's what she's supposed to do. That's her friend. So you better know. If you see one of these guys, and I might, not only am I going to tell, but bitch, I'm going to have video proof.
Well, guess what, Mario? Listen. Oh, well, Mars, Nate Simone. Listen, what I'm going to tell you straight up. I love the fact that you brought video evidence to the table. I need that. Please tell me, because I'm extra petty. I might be like Orange Juice Jones, waiting for it to come home. Everything packed. Orange juice. Listen, give me your coat. Give me your keys.
Yeah.
Please leave expeditiously. Right?
Oh, man.
For real.
Because if I see your old lady, the petty in me will not allow me not to do to hand out justice. I'm going to walk over to that table and say, it seems like we have quite the conundrum here tonight. and proper introductions must be served and must be had at this moment.
Man.
So yeah, because you know what? I have been victim of some malicious stories that were untrue. So I just need the energy and on behalf of karma to go back into the universe. So I have no problem being I'm gonna be Petty Pendergrass. I'm gonna walk up. Say, we have quite the conundrum here tonight, do we not?
Would you look at this?
Well, you look at here. Hey, I might go to FaceTime. We all here tonight. Ladies man.
Oh man.
Ladies man, what you got?
Oh, hey. When you asked that question, dog, all I could hear was Dolphin going, ooh, bish. Ooh, bish. What's going on here? well. How are you doing here tonight? And I got to get some introduction going on. Because I, too, got a story to tell. Like Biggie say, I'm definitely going to, need to know, is you going to say it or am I? Because we're going to talk about this, right? Okay. And I'm going to allow you, I'm going to give you enough rope to hang yourself. We're going to have a conversation. You feel me? And it's going to be in the most players of ways because I'm not a hater. You may have your night. But you're going to have to answer to the Pied Piper because I can't have my dogs out here looking crazy. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. At least not on my watch. What you got?
Vanessa Gandy asked me what I want to know. What she say, so Chris, as a man, do you want to be told your girl is on the date? Now, again, I'm unconventional. I would rather not because we previously had a potential topic where we said something about damn, I can't remember what it was. But
would you want to know if your girl cheated?
Yeah, something like that. And I feel like when I want you to carry that. A lie is something very, very heavy to carry. So now when, let's say, Horace sees her out, instead of him doing that, I would rather Horace come see me a lot more. So that it's put that guilt and that all of that on her constantly. That constant guilt, that constant knowing you did me wrong, especially if I ain't do nothing. Because for me personally, I am in a bubble. Like I'm at the age where nothing shocks me about a woman. So you telling me she cheated, that doesn't shock me because
it might hurt you.
It may hurt me. Yes, it may. And I would rather not deal with the hurt, to be honest with you. I would rather her deal with it because if she knows one of you guys seen her, that's going to be tough for her to deal with over and on a daily basis. And I would rather her not tell me. Huh?
But you don't know.
But so she don't care.
Hold on, Chris. But what if she feel like, okay, shit, Mario, solid dude. He kept me
right. He ain't said nothing.
Every night she's 9 inches deep, and then you go home, hey baby, I'm appalled. She won't want some treatment.
Well, if I ain't messing with no woman that's leaving every night. That's just period. At some point, there's certain things that you can't even do to be my lady. Like there's certain acts that you can't even do. I don't even want a woman that isn't crazy about me. So when a woman really wants you, what I've noticed for my whole life is they make sure that they put a GPS on themselves. They call you and let you know where they at. They tell you when they coming home. So for me, I don't think that I would ever be in that situation. But I want to get to the point where I've maybe what I've seen and what I've done has numbed me emotionally. I believe that they're gonna cheat. I just believe that. I've been in situations where I've seen guys, this woman post this man on social media and everything, and she still tip out. I don't know. I just. But
it's a different. I think it's a difference in having an unknown help because right now we've played the field and I have 100% trust in no woman. Me and my wife just had this whole conversation. I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you. In what I've seen, it's like I've been to war with like you know what I'm saying. So I've seen too much. So right now, for me to fully trust a woman is different. But it's a difference when you know. And you're right. I'm glad to know that because that's a conversation you might need to have because. I would feel like, damn, Chris, that's fucked up. So you mean tell me you let her all this time, you just came over here and sat here and said nothing? See, that's what you might get, because if Horace come over there with you and sit there every day and say nothing, then that's cool with you. That's not cool with me. I want Horace to tell me the same night. So know what I can do? Think like, damn. Which I'm gonna understand. Shit happens, but I need to go ahead and make accountability in my life to see what I want to do. Give me the right to choose. You know what? Okay, she cheated one time, here I and maybe, because I'm not saying every man gonna leave. I'm not saying I'm gonna leave. I'm saying though I have an understanding so I can know. All right, Mario, you know this. Here's your information. Now go with it.
But that's my biggest fear, though, dog. I have two fears. Either I'm going to stay after finding out all this shit, and that's going to be so shameful to me that it's going to wear on me, or I'm going to turn into a fucking Randy Macho Man Savage and just be out there doing everything once I find out. So for me, if you're talking about this woman, if you're talking about a woman I'm dating, in your situation.
Oh no, we're not talking about.
If you talk about a woman the woman that I'm dating, or we girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't believe that she's gonna be faithful. I'll be surprised if she's faithful. Right. But as my wife, yes, probably it'll probably a different story.
But I believe what you said. I believe women that love you, they cheat different. Because right now, if we caught her, that means she was cheating in the circle.
Yes, she don't care.
Because I believe that right now, if one of us, like right now, you should do your homework. You should be like, nah, it's no way you should be able to catch my girl cheating without you being in that little circle. Like, make it hard. Like, go out of town on the girl's trip in the Bermuda and fuck something. I'm never gonna look. But if I stay in Rivera, you fucking a nigga in Boynton, and we happen to bump into each other on and Zay happen to see you in late work, that's your fault. And I'm gonna think that you was more entitled to what he had to give you than me. And it's time for me to go on. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to know.
So y'all want to know it quickly. Y'all want to know. So bring it to you. Somebody see you want to know, Zay. You want to know, Chris?
No, Chris don't want to know.
I want to know. Let me be in my bubble. Let me be in my bubble. I'm sorry, because I don't want to get. Because me personally, every single time I've been in a relationship, I gotta admit I've been tender, and I don't want to. I don't want that stuff on me. I don't want that type of that shit drives me crazy. It just does. I got other shit that's going on in my life, and I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with.
You don't want to go out there and put on a car.
I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do nothing to her. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm doing nothing to him or whatever, because it ain't got nothing to do with him. Like, that's still gonna come out at some point, and then I'm gonna leave. So
you just leave.
Because if you come back and tell me, and then later I go back, and now I'm gonna be ducking one of y'all, and y'all my friends. So why am I? And I'm like, man, I can't be over here talking to Zay. Zay know I went back to her and shit like that. So
that don't matter.
Mentally, it's too much.
That don't matter.
Because I tell people all the time, listen, we got people that's in situations like that. Don't leave her because of me. Don't leave her out of shame or pride. You love her. You love
him, my guy.
You only fooling yourself. Listen, when I came up on JT Money, to them 20s, I have a girl that'll be telling her dude, I'm going to the wash house. She come over. Bang. Hey, I'm going to grab some food for the kid. Run through.
Bang.
So that just threw off my and there was some good dude. That's why I had to clean myself up together. So I'm not going to condone and be a part of the problem. But again, now that you're older, I know dudes like they whatever they go through, she cheated. He find out he hurt, but he still love her.
And that happened a lot. That happened a lot more. Most men don't leave because their wife cheated or they wasn't cheated. They leave because their homeboys found out that she cheated.
Everybody knows.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then he sneak around with her.
Yeah, because he hurt. And I'm always say, bro, you got to be with her. Do it, make sure your heart happy. Because at the end of the day, when you get old, you want to get old and be in a rocking chair with somebody, no matter what. When you 70, nobody's gonna be thinking who she screwed when she was 30 or 40. If you can take it, take it.
JT Money, let me tell you something. It was a lot of time when they, like you say, it hurt. But we were so programmed that I was like, you got to keep it G, keep it gangster. Hey, I had one of mine cheat. There's only one, and she cheated. And I looked in the face. I said, I expected you to do it. She fell out. Oh God!
I expected you. Yes, I expect
And
that.
I know, left me.
I was
I
so
don't know, guys.
programmed. I was like, I expect you to cheat. I knew what all the stuff I was doing. I'm like, I know it's gonna come back on me one day, and it did. You know what I mean? But a lot of Negroes can't take
I want to know so I can let the games begin.
Yeah, that's what I'm turning to Randy Macho Man Savage.
Right, because now I don't take it serious. Because it depends
Yeah, but
on
you
how
can't. But
you
you
feel.
can't.
Now I know either like Tudor said, I'm gonna say, you know what? I understand. I'm gonna look at the whole situation, assess the situation. I ain't sitting here saying, "Bitch, cheat on me, I'm gone." No, I'm not saying that. I'm mature enough and grown enough to understand that's not reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I feel like it was actually a relationship, or she actually didn't give a damn about me, or she actually didn't care, then at that point right there, I'm not gonna start hitting. No, whoa. Now we getting a little out of hand now. But I'm definitely gonna stop caring.
Yeah.
That's important, Mario.
That's
That's
very
important.
important.
In that situation.
And I asked, did you put my life in danger?
Right.
Because
Yeah,
who
got to.
was it? I don't even know who, but if I find out it's a who and I know that who and he's real reckless with his, get away from here, you dastardly chick. Get out of here.
Oh man.
Get out of here. You can kill us both.
No.
That's the risk we take when we out here in this field, man. You know what I'm saying? Strap or die.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta. It's on you. You gotta put. You have to. Never mind, man. I personally let her do that in peace. I already expected that out of her. You know, I'm shocked when women don't cheat. To be honest with you, and from what I've seen, this is just what I've seen, what I've experienced. I am shocked when a woman do not cheat.
Right, but I believe women are the best cheaters. That's all I'm saying. I believe women are the best cheaters. So if I catch you, or if one of my homeboys easily catch you, I don't think it was no fault.
You want to be caught.
Every damn about cheating on me.
You want to be caught.
No. Yeah, you wanted to be. You wanted to be. You went out of your way to be caught because men stick to a certain men stick to a code. I am not screwing up some regular just to tell your man. I'm not screwing up no regular to post you on social media.
Right.
If I'm screwing the woman that I'm screwing, I'm not even liking her pictures. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even commenting. I'm not doing none of that because I just want that thing to be calm and easy. So if you got caught, you really, really tried to, and I'll catch you. I'll catch you. Because for me, if I catch you, I'm out of there. If I walk into that restaurant, it's over with. If y'all come back and tell me, I'm like, damn, I'm assessing the cooch rate and the benefit rate, and I don't want to do that.
I think the spirit of the old pimps go with us sometimes because there are a lot of times I know there's certain chicks that'll date and they'll sell you that dream knowing she outside doing her thing and the relationship ain't working. It ain't working because you got too much energy here and there. So listen, I done seen it all at this point in life, boy. So God would not reward you violating one of his children. Okay. That comes from a liquor store proverb. But listen, we went through another show quickly. Next week, well, I want to say to the people in the audience, since we have such a interesting, active viewer list, we're always open for show suggestions. You know, we're looking for that Thursday night show that we dare the snipers to come on. But next week, we're going to have an awesome show. We're always looking for topics. We're looking for things that really kind of encourage growth. That's the whole point of the show. I keep saying all the time, you're going to have segments coming from the ladies' man, from the date doctor. So tune into the social media. Give us those comments because we do discuss them and we're looking forward. We look forward to the content. Closing comments, Chris.
I just want to say, man, I appreciate you guys showing up every Monday. I know football is big right now, so I appreciate the people that's coming in, that's commenting, that's just I appreciate you guys, the energy that you give us. We feed off of that. I even appreciate Soldier Kim, for what she brings to the table. So thank you. We'll see you next Monday.
Ladies, man.
Excellent show. Kim, you were wrong. I like to tell you that. Roll the tape back. I've been waiting all week to tell you that. But we do appreciate you. Always love your commentary. Everyone else, thanks for tuning in. Like my boy said, we know it's Monday night. Football is on. That's the season. Thank y'all.
D Mario, Super Mario Senior, please say the senior.
Hey, I want to appreciate and thank everybody who come. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who come on this thing nonstop. Just to name a few, I want to thank Jeffrey today, because I know you do a lot of podcasts. But as soon as we click on, you be the first one every week.
For sure.
We want to appreciate you, brother, because I'm talking about that thing say 9 o'clock. It's 9:01. You right there in the seat. And we're going to always thank Kim, because where would our comment section be without Kim?
Move.
And everybody else, I ain't gonna call you by name, but I gotta call my boy. Thank God for Stormy Normie. He in the audience. He's
one of the black super friends.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a heckler.
He just a camera shot, but he's behind the scenes. But I
shooting his gun.
My boy tuning in tonight and chiming in, because he tuned in a lot, but tonight he was active. And I want to say next Monday is gonna be even better, and hopefully the Monday after that is gonna be even better. So y'all keep tuning in. What you got, dude?
Oh, on closing comments, I want to recognize the mouth of Nate Simone, who hopefully I can get back on air.
Me too.
Yeah. That's what the Instagram say. Mouth of Nate
Simone. My bad.
I fell for that trap. Thanks a lot, Nate Simone. That is kind of brilliant. Mouth off. Oh, okay. Hey, that's pretty good, Nate Simone. Very enticing. Nate Simone. Nate Simone, got to follow Nate Simone, who made a couple videos this week which were controversial, and she got a lot of women to be on her this week. She talking about thirst trapping. She was talking about what was the other one? She did 4 videos.
She
said that dude ain't gonna work for her. If he can't keep that thing up,
she said, women stop lying. You know if the man don't satisfy you.
Yeah. You go cheat. She got some thumbs up.
Boy, she was on fire this week, and they was on her. They was on her like I don't know a good analogy, but they was on her. So thank you for tuning in tonight, Nate Simone. Hopefully I can get with you this week, because the last show was good. Maybe we can get the rest of the super friends to come in here and beat you up on the air.
Yes.
Amazing.
All right, let's log off on that point. So
30th Street is real.
Yeah, man. So, hey, tuning off for the Black Super Friends. We'll see y'all next week.